Hey guys, first of all, I would like to thank you for the response on the last video. It was really great for me to have such number of views and all, and thanks a lot for that. You can say achievement. I cannot tell you how happy I am. However, we'll continue in this video where we left in the last video, which is basically we were building the web application for the video streaming service that we wanted to build. Now in this one we are basically going to take a look at the front end more or less, so we will understand how and what exactly we have built in terms of the front end at the moment. So let's not waste our time and we'll just watch we have what we have built. So you can see here I have this web application and we have like a banners over here, and we have some cards and all, and this very huge video playing over here, and then we have this like another set of cards and all. I'll just quickly go to the top and I'll show you what exactly we have built. So this is basically a simple banner, and you click on it, it will move, and you can like again here you click and it will just go show you the previous one. Right now I just have one image, but that's what it is. So here the particular idea is that many people I have seen using state variables or states to manage this particular banner section, so that they can move to between or among multiple banners. Now the thing is, when you use state, it will cause re-rendering, or it will basically re-render the entire application every time you click on this button. So that is ideally what you do not want to happen, because re-rendering uses a lot of resources of your system, and again it is not very healthy for your website as well. So here to achieve this one, what I have used is basically use ref, which will ideally will not cause any sort of re-renders. So I'll just show you what I have done in the terms of code. Again, if you find something different about the editor I'm using, it basically I've been meaning to switch to a new Vim for a while now, and finally I did. So that's what it is. And believe me, it's a really great experience when you are working with the terminal, like only you don't have to switch back and forth between your ID and again terminal to something, or maybe like in VS Code you have like a bash terminal built in. However, I personally like feel sometimes that it is like I have to use the mouse again and again, so I personally do not want to do, and so that's why more or less I switched to new Vim. But there are many other differences I will say. We'll cover that in a later video maybe. But right now here's the code that I have written for the particular banner section. So you see here we have this home component. This basically the page, the entire page that we are rendering, and in which I have references like a banner container and banners ref. So this banner container actually contains the it's basically the reference to this container. You see in the HTML part we have, or basically in the JSX part we have this div where we are passing this reference to this banner container ref, and then we have the banners inside of it listed. So we have three banners at the moment, and the idea here is that using this banner container ref we'll just you can say do the scrolling part. We don't have to have any other mechanism, we'll just have to use it to, you can say, toggle between the banners, and that will basically that's how we'll achieve what we wanted. So let me just go back to the top of this function. I'll show you what exactly is helping us to do that. So we have two functions on banner prev and on banner next. So all these functions have been passed to this these handlers. So this basically this div here you see, this div is basically the previous handler. So I'll just show you the buttons on the platform ones. So this is basically on the extreme left we have this particular chevron left icon, and then we have chevron right icon over here. So these two are basically, you can see, the buttons that I'm using to, you can say, toggle between or among all those banners. Now I have passed this handler to it, and this handler is calling this basically this is the function definition, and then we have another handler over here at the end, which is again calling this one on a banner next. I could have just used the same function just to keep things clear and sorted. I just wanted to use, I just went with these this approach. But definitely we can write it in a single function and just call it through these two you can say handlers. So yeah, now in this what is happening, I'm just collecting the banner.current.ref. So just to, you can say, have a smaller, you can say, code footprint. I wanted to, like, you can say, I created a variable and just passed this value to it. Now what is happening over here is, you see, I'm just checking if the element is actually, like, the reference element is actually present or not. And from there I'm just calling this el dot scroll by method, and then I have this left offset. So, like, basically these not offset, actually these parameters, or you can say properties to this object I'm just passing. So here what is happening, scroll by is basically a native JavaScript method that helps you to scroll an element or inside of an element. And then we have this left property here, and then behavior. So behavior is like, basically it's easy to understand, like smooth, which means that this smooth animation that we are getting over here is okay. Just a second. This is the smooth animation that we are getting. So to get that, we just had to pass this behavior smooth. However, the trick is here, actually it says negative el, or like minus el dot offset width. So now, first, to understand what is happening, el dot offset width provides you the entire width of the container, or basically, the in this case, the banner container that we are using. And what we are doing, we're just negatively scrolling that. So to understand this, what is happening here, this container actually has the entire width of this screen, and the banner has the same screen. So we have reduced any sort of padding and margin in this, so that we get the card width, or the banner width, and the width of the container is same. Now what I have done, I'll just show you in the CSS part. Actually, I'm using Tailwind CSS, if you remember from the last video. So in this case, what I've done, I'm just using here, you see, like, flex box, flex row, and then flex no rep. And then I could have just omitted this one, but just to be specific, I use this one. So flex no wrap means that none of the elements will come onto the next line. So as in, just to understand, like, if I have a banner over here, if I use flex wrap, what will happen? All the three banners will come down here. The next one will come down to the here. So that's how, like, we'll have a column of three banners, whereas we just wanted all them onto the same row, which is why I went with this flex no wrap. Now this is basically means that the container that we have has a full width, like full width as our screen, and that is going to be overflowing, and that overflow is basically where we wanted to scroll. So to understand it again, what we are doing over here is that, assume we have a box over here, and that like, on the box, as in, basically just assume this banner is a box, and that box is basically, like, has a tail over here outside the screen. Now to get the tail and the length of the box is same. So when we just move this box to the left, what is happening, this box is going outside the window, and the tail is coming into the view. So the tail is basically now in the view, and as it has the same width as the box, what will happen, it will be covering the entire width. So the tail becomes a new box, and this box here, like the box that we went on the like, basically went outside the view, becomes, you can see, the the tail again, you can say, or head, whatever you call it. So this is basically how it is working. I don't know if it was helpful for you, but yeah, you let me know. I will try to provide some description to it in the description, and maybe we can, you can say, can clarify on that. However, that's basically what it is right now. So this is how this entire offset part is working. So the offset to width means that the container width, so the banner's container has a width of this entire screen, and that container is overflowing. So the overflow is basically, as we have three banners, and each banner has the same width as the banner container. So the entire width of this container becomes, or you can say, the overflow width of this container will be three times the width of the container in the normal view. So to scroll it, we just have to, like, you can say, uh, you can say, like, I just have to scroll it three times of the width of this container. So that's basically what it is happening, and I don't have to keep a count of it. I don't have to multiply it, because if I multiply again, that takes some resource from the you can say, resource from the PC, or you can say the device. So that's why we are not going to use that. We're just passing simply the negative offset width over here. So which means that every time we scroll, whatever the current offset is, from there we just want to scroll till this particular offset, and in this case we are passing a negative offset width, which means we are going towards the right, going towards the right till this particular offset. So we just wanted to do it in this way. It might seem a little confusing, but you can go through this, the documentation of this one, you might get a better understanding of it, and that's how it is going to work. So let me just go do one thing. Let me just show you the next handler now. It is basically similar. So in this case what we have is basically this one. I have a commented code block over here. So basically I wanted to make it infinite scroll. So every time I click on like reach the last element and I click on this again, I just wanted to replicate the same set of banners, and again on the right, and just you can say loop through them again. So that's basically what it is. But right now that didn't work over here, so I'll have to try it again, that how can I do that. But mostly this particular approach is again similar. So on next, what is happening on next is basically we're scrolling to the positive side of it. So we are on, like, let's say if we are on the zeroth offset, and we want to go to the edge of this. So if the size of my screen is 100, so we'll just try to go to like the left like our offset width, or basically the offset we'll have to scroll becomes 100, because the entire width of the screen is 100 pixels and I am at 0, so I'll have to go to 100. So I'll just add 0 plus 100 as 100 pixels. So now what is going to happen, my left will be 100 pixels, so the edge of the right will come to the left, and I'll have the basically the whatever is there after that edge of the right will be in the view. So that's basically how this on next on banner next is working. And again the same thing, like behavior smooth is passed, so that we get that beautiful animation while scrolling. So that's basically regarding the banner part. And if you have any confusion, let me know in the comments. I'll try to make a video onto it, let how it is working. I'll explain these methods if you're not aware of these JavaScript methods. But mostly that's how it is working, that we're just going to the particular offset, and we're just rendering, or not rendering actually, like we're just showing off that particular portion of the, like, from that offset. So that's basically what it is. Now another thing we have is these cards. So the special thing about these cards is that if you hover on these, you get a video playing. And now the idea here is that basically that when you hover on these particular cards, what is happening, the image is actually like basically is hidden, and the video starts playing. However, if you want to do the brute force approach, mostly people take is to go with a particular state variable again. However, I wanted to avoid re-rendering, and you see I have a lot of a lot of similar type of components here which are using the same thing. Now think about it, that every time I hover on this one, it is going to re-render the entire page. If I assume that is going to happen, in which case it's a really bad thing, because I have a lot of elements on the page. And to avoid that, again I have used the user f over here. So the idea here is that you see if I'm hovering on the card, the image actually is getting like is basically gets hidden, and then I have the video element you can say presented to me. So this is basically what we want to achieve in the first place. So I'll just show you what in the code, what I have done over here. So this is basically the movie card we have. So on the movie card we have two handlers, on mouse over, on mouse leave, and on these particular handlers we have assigned these particular functions, and these functions are basically doing some stuff. But let me just show you the JSX part of it first. So you have the card container here. Again we have this div here, and then we have like two elements, the image one and the video element over here. Now to understand this properly, we have passed two references, the video element reference and the card ref. So this card ref is basically like the image ref actually, in a way. So what is happening here, you just have to understand that you see like the mouse over. So first we start with the mouse over. So when we are actually hovering the mouse pointer on the card, what is happening, we just want to hide the image, we want to show the video element. So to do that, we can just pass the reference of the card ref. In this case, I have called the reference of the image as card ref, and then we just do what we're doing, we're just going saying that el.hidden as true. So it's basically saying that like but it's basically saying like this, that I'll just do this hidden. So here you see this is what it is, and I can just pass it as true here, or maybe if I just leave it like this, so it's gonna say do the same thing. Just that what it means is that the element will not be visible to the user, and although the element is there, it's not actually, you can say, vanished or deleted, or you can say pushed out from the DOM like that. So it's not actually going anywhere, it's just hidden to it's not visible to the user. And then we have the video element here. So the video element in this case is basically like we wanted to show the video element. So to do that, we're just saying el.hidden false, and that's basically what it is. We're just showing off the video element, and here again we're doing something here. I'll just to we'll get back to that. Just to show you the hidden, like the video element is hidden already here, you can see initially. So we are just showing the image in the first place, and then we are just showing the video element once we hover on the mouse, hover on the card actually. So that's basically how it is, and we're just calling await el.play, and that's how we avoided re-rendering over here. Now we have another handler here, which is mouse leave, and we're just in this one, what we are doing, we're just reversing all these whatever we have done over here. So the card is like hidden over here, we wanted to make it visible, so we're just saying el.hidden as false, and then we're again checking if the video element dot current, or basically the element actually does exist. In that case, we are what we're doing, we're just again like making it invisible in a way, and then again we're just checking if the video is not paused, in which case we're just pausing it. So that's basically how we are actually doing it now. Like basically what we wanted to achieve here is basically was achieved using useref only. So we didn't have to call any state variable or something, and that was pretty good. We avoided re-rendering on the website, and we just built something which is fast and is not causing your PC to say just stop. So yeah, that's what it is. And regarding the code part and all, and again like you see these previews and all that is there, is basically like if I keep on like keep the mouse over there, it just plays the video, and you can see the video playing over there. So that something is really good. We can add audio and all, we can add controls to it just to make it more fancier, and we can do whatever we wanted. And also you can see like I have added this particular element on top, so I have used only tailwind css to do it. It's pretty awesome, as in you can see tailwind css is a little much handy in those situations where you like you need it act as a like a normal css. Like when I say normal css, is basically like css3 or something. So instead of using a css file, I just use this to build like you can say tailwind css, which was pretty awesome. I would say I like with bootstrap or something, I had to think about it how to build it and all, but with tailwind it was really easy, and yeah, that's what it is. Anyways guys, that's what is all about regarding this particular session, and in the next video we'll see something different, something new. We will stop this particular application over here. Maybe if you want to continue, let me know. Based on the response, I will try to bring something new. However, let me know if this was informative to you, how to avoid states and all, how to, you can say, think in a different way without which will help your application to be much faster and easier to use. So yeah, that's what it is. And yeah, with that note, we'll stop the video over here, and thanks a lot. And yeah, that's what it is guys.